The Lions have 4 hidden gem players on their roster right now that everybody in the league is going to learn about this summer. Let's talk about it. Hi, it's Mike Payton from A to C Sports Detroit. Today we're going to talk about 4 hidden gem players that could be your camp darlings this summer that all Lions fans are going to love, and then the rest of the NFL is going to probably want a piece of in case these guys get cut. But honestly, I don't think they're going anywhere. Let's jump into it. We'll start in the secondary with safety Maurice Norris. I like to call this guy Diet Brian Branch because he has so much of that skill set that Brian Branch brings to the field in terms of versatility. Norris can play free safety, strong safety, outside corner, either one. He could play in the slot. He could do everything that you want him to do. He can even probably play a little linebacker if you need him to. This guy could just do it all. I really think that the Lions like him a lot from coaching staff wise and roster wise. Anytime you see a picture of Terrion Arnold or Rakestraw or Kirby Joseph, you always seem to see Norris in the background somewhere. He is constantly involved. I really believe this guy has a lot, and we're going to see it soon. The next guy is Grant Stewart, linebacker, one of the Lions free agent signings. Everybody knows that Stewart can play linebacker on special teams, and he can be really good there. But I think that they're going to want to use him on defense as well. And remember, Malcolm Rodriguez is not going to be back until November. Dan Campbell talked a lot at the spring meeting about how the Lions wanted to use him defensively. And while he's so good on special teams, he kept saying he's such a great special teams player, but he could also play on defense. He said stuff like that over and over and over again. And he also mentioned the potential of Stewart playing some fullback. Stewart played running back in college just a little bit, not a whole lot, mostly linebacker, but did play running back for his first couple of years in college. And the Lions may want to see what he could do fullback wise, considering Rodriguez was kind of that other fullback option that they had. So let's see what Stewart can bring to the table there. The next guy is center Kingsley Ekuquan. Now, this guy I've already brought up in some previous videos, but I really think he is going to shock some people this summer. Everyone's looking at Graham Glasgow or Tate Ratledge for that center spot, but nobody's looking in Kingsley's direction, and they should be because he's the only actual true center on this team now that Frank Ragnow is gone. He was a center all through college at Florida, was a center for the Lions last year in training camp, looked really good. We thought he might make the 53-man roster. Ultimately, that did not happen. But he is somebody to pay attention to because he could potentially steal that role this summer. If he has a really good summer, don't rule him out. Don't think that it's not a possibility that he could get that spot. Watch this guy. I'm telling you, he is going to be good. And I'm telling you, he's probably going to make the 53-man roster. I've projected him to be there. Since Ragnow's retirement, I think he's going to make that team this year. We'll see what happens. The last guy is Nate Lynn. Now, Nate Lynn, you might not remember a whole lot of. He was an undrafted rookie last year. He was one of the guys out of William and Mary. The Lions had a top 30 visit with him, even though he was slated to be an undrafted player. But I think they saw a lot in him. And then in the summer, he started to look really good. Preseason games was looking really good, and then he got hurt, suffered a year-end injury, wound up missing his entire rookie year. But I am not ruling that guy out. I really believe that the Lions saw something in him from the jump, from all the way back at William and Mary, and they want to see where this goes. And they clearly did not see enough, and that's why they decided to bring him back on a futures deal. And he's going to get his shot to try to make this roster again this year. I think he has a real chance to make that roster as maybe the last edge rusher on the roster, and maybe you see him kind of work his way up. And I'm not saying this guy's a Pro Bowler, or he's not going to be a starter or anything like that, but he could be a solid depth player. And I think that's what the Lions see in him, and we're going to see very, very soon in mid to end July when the Lions start up camp what these guys can do. Keep an eye on these 4 names going ahead. We'll see you next time.